Welcome back, everybody, for episode 3 of season 2 of Subnautica. Now, we just had the full game release occur earlier this week. The, no longer an alpha game, no longer early access. It is a full game, and I've gotten plenty of work done since last episode. So, probably the best way to start this episode is to go ahead and build us the Cyclops. That's right, I've already got all the parts for it, so let's go ahead and get that thing built. So since last episode, I have been going all over the place using the sea glide. I ended up finding all the stuff for the sea moth pretty easily in the plateau area, right below where I'm at, next to the base. And thanks to that, I was able to get around a lot easier. Started finding all the stuff for the Cyclops. I was able to find the blueprints around the mushroom forest area for the bridge and the hull, and then for the engines I had to go over to the mountain area, and it took a good bit of looking, but I found it there, and that's the first time I have heard that before. That's gotta be a change since the last time I built a Cyclops. Deeper water, why is that not deep enough? Alright, come on, pick up. Let's go. Okay, here we go. We're going to go further over this way. You can place it in shallow water and still use it there. Well, I don't see why you have to actually build it in deeper water. What was it like? Oh, hey, we're too close to the plateau there or something? I don't know, but this is going to let me build it. I'll tell you that. I've got everything ready. I made sure that... There we go. Finally. So, we've 3 episodes in. Already got the Cyclops. I do have the sea moth, and I could go ahead and move over to the Aurora and start messing around in there, but when I was looking for the components for this, I did encounter some Leviathans. There's one right over there, of course. There's one over that way towards the mountains. In the area around that, at the edge of the mushroom forest, little tree area. So I don't want to go and use it over there just yet, because I'm afraid I'm going to end up losing it. But what I do want to do is we're going to take it over here to the base, and yes, I've got the built-in storage, but if you've watched last episode or last season with me and you've watched my tip videos, I am not going to rely on that. I am going to fill this thing up with my own storage using the wall lockers. So we're going to go ahead and take this back over to the base so I can start moving all the wall lockers in. I'm also going to build a second fabricator to put in it, because I can't take the fabricator out of the survival life pod. I can only take it out of the base over there. I don't want to take that one out yet because I want to keep it there and use it for most of my production until I'm ready to actually ditch the base over here and just go off in the Cyclops permanently. But for now, we're going to move over here. I'll get everything started transferring over, leave some of the storage over here for the moment. And then what we're going to do today is, now that I have the Cyclops, I want to be able to get some food production going that does not rely on me chasing down fish. So we're going to head to the floating island and pick up some stuff from there after I get at least a few wall lockers transferred over, so I have some storage space, as well as I might leave the sea moth. I don't want to really need it over there, so we'll probably leave that there here. Okay, so we are in the Cyclops. I've got a whole set of wall lockers and a fabricator inside, ready to go. We are, if you want to see where we're at, we are heading past the Aurora towards the end of it, back by the engines. And you see this cloud in the distance. If you have not played before, behind that cloud is the big floating island. And that is where we're going to find some really good stuff to use. A bunch of good scans, as well as a bunch of plants we can use for food, and of course fuel for our bioreactor if that's what we want to use it for. If you were going to be building a base, which in this case we are not going to be building anything like that, so I'm just going here so I can get some food and some new blueprints. This is like being in a King Kong movie where you're approaching from a distance and suddenly through the mist appears Skull Island. So there's the floating island. Now, there's two ways really to get into it. One is to go underwater along there towards the center of it, where it has a nice little lagoon you can come up in, and we'll do some exploring there. But you can also come up to the beach area. You see there's a little spot there I can do some climbing up. I think there's also a spot over there, but we are going to head over this way. I think this is the larger beachfront little section. Make sure I'm not hitting anything. Actually, I think I got all the way up to the edge. Okay, so, yes, I was at the very edge. Yep, alright. So we're going to power off the engine, save some power while we're sitting here. And I have not done anything up here yet. As you can see, it's very much bare minimum. But, because most of my time I'll be going out this way, everything's down here. Now, I put the fabricator here, whereas before you could place it on this side. Now, it will not let you place things like that there. But for some reason, you can place them right on the ladder. So that's still a bug. I'm surprised they haven't fit. So since they're saying this is a full release game now, not just a early access, I've left access to these built-in storage lockers just because it's not much in storage, but I don't have to put any more resources into them. So I've got all of these right now, and the only thing I've got any resources in right now is some extra water here because my food's not going down as quickly. We're going to hop on over here, climb up, and of course it's nighttime now. And I have neglected to make a flashlight already. I have not really needed one so far. The Sea Glide has a built-in flashlight. I see, yeah, so there we go. Wonder how much better this is going to work. So, let's do some scanning. That's one of my favorite plants right here, the bulbo tree. Very good for water resource. Like, oh, yep. Got that one. Scan a lot of stuff. There's tons of things over here to scan. But the fossil, or the bulbo bush is very good source of water. Let's actually go ahead and cut. No, that was not one. Okay, get over here. Get around these others. Alright, so you see it's 10 H2O. It's not as great with the food. You have to eat quite a bit of them, but it's very useful for getting your food, your water level up a bit. Oh, let's just go around. Grub baskets. You can use them, I think, for food. Can't remember. I have not used them that much. We have a very good view of the aurora in the distance there. Still on fire from the lovely explosion she had. Let's see. There you go. There's the lagoon that you can swim underneath to come up to. And you see all the nice, lovely biofluorescence going on. The plants, animals all glow in this game in some way, which is very nice touch, very visually interesting, and I almost fell there. Alright, somewhere along here, unless they have changed it in one of the recent updates. Oh, you can see my habanero. I fixed it up, renamed it. It's now called the habanero. The habanero Cyclops. Somewhere over here, there used to be old outdoor grow beds left by the people living here before. They may have taken it out because that doesn't really make sense for the grow beds to still be perfectly fine with the same plants in them that started in them. But yes, spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear the spoiler, go watch another video on the channel. But there was another group that crashed on this planet, and they have several bases around the area. Something happened. They, died in some way. Probably the nasty Curare bacterium that is infecting everything. But they died off, left their bases. The bases have kind of turned all moldy and everything. And oh yeah, that's right. There's some stuff down there I need to collect too, like some pickups. We'll go down there and check that out before we leave. Got plenty to do here. I'm just trying to find the good stuff before my battery dies in the dark. Let's see. There we go. There is one of the bases. Now there's others up top on like the mountains. Why built that high a base that's meant for going underwater? I don't know. Alright, I hear something. I know we got these little crab crawly thingies. You can see them right there. These guys are not friendly. Not nice at all. And I don't know if I brought any health kits, med kits. I didn't bring anything in. Nope, I didn't bring it in the inventory. I didn't bring them in my storage. Can I scan that one? No. Oh, well, there we go. Multi-purpose room. This is one of the best rooms for building a base itself. However, at this point, we're not even going to worry about using it for the moment. Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and scan the ugly little cave crawler. You will encounter these in all the wrong places. Oh, spotlight! For the base, I'm not going to really worry about. Let's see, where's the entrance for this? Somewhere around here. There was... Oh, stasis rifle fragment. I think I already unlocked this. No, no. Finally unlocked it. That unlocked it. Oh, ah! God, you just sneaking up on me like that. I saw him moving inside, and all of a sudden it's like I'm being attacked before I can even look up and see him. Don't fall. Don't fall. Come on now. There we go. Let me through. Ah, yes, the nice wall planter. I remember hearing at some point they were going to make it where you had to use the wall planter to help generate oxygen in bases, or that you could use it. But I haven't seen that actually come into use at any point. It probably was just too many people complaining about it. And of course, there's the door that I was trying to find. Abandoned PDA. More stuff in there we can't get to right now. Oh, and I missed a PDA here. Anything else here? No. So, can't scan anything else in that section. We're going in this way. Now, I've already scanned a tablet over on the mountainside when I was looking for the Cyclops components. But when you encounter your first purple artifact, scan it so you can go ahead and be able to synthesize more in your fabricator. They will be useful. Make sure you also scan the other ones when possible, because there's some that you're going to need to be able to create more of later on. And if you don't scan them before you pick them up, you will not be able to drop them in order to scan them afterwards. So it can kind of mess things up for you. Alright, so here, oh yes, another one. So there's several plants right here that are really useful. The lantern tree produces a lot of fruit that you can eat. However, they take up a bunch of space. And as you can see, it's 10 food, so it's not the best on food. It's also not very good in regards to water. The Chinese potato is very good. Takes up the same amount of space. A little bit better on food. Still not great on water. I've had a lot of people comment, and I've seen it on everything. There's a lot of discussion about which one of these is the best. My personal favorite is these little ones, the marble melons. And I'm actually going to hold off on harvesting one just yet until I have the interior grow bed scanned and ready to go. But these produce a good balance of food and water for you. And each one, you chop it with your knife, and it breaks up into 4 seeds, giving you 4 more copies from that one. So, find your way up here to the top of each of these little pinnacles, and you have 2 more little pieces of the old abandoned bases that you can check out and get supplies from. It's nice to see that the crates are perfectly fine, but all this other stuff is rusted over. And there we go, indoor grow bed. That's what I was looking for. That's what I really want. And the observatory, you know, nice little aesthetic part, especially if you're building your base for looks. Not a big thing for us, but we'll go ahead and grab it anyway, just for completion purposes. Fern palms, just for decorative purposes. Again, more lantern fruit. Let's see, make sure we got everything. Yeah. Alright, so, oh, and the PDF. PDA. Cannot miss the PDA. And I'm trying to think, was there another thing around this side? No. There's a nice little drop there down to... Ah, there's the other beach I was looking for. Okay, so now we're going to go back over this way. And just making this nice little jog up to the top of this peak. Right here. There we go. Very easy to get to these once you get to the island. And there's so much stuff here. But again, can't trust to collect the potatoes and such as that and then carry them back without them spoiling before you get back. Ah, here we go. So we'll take the marble melon from here. So see, food 11, H2O 7. So it's better than the others for your H2O level, and it's also much more balanced between food and water, which is why I prefer using the marble melon when possible. Plus, as I said, it will split into 4 seeds, making it very easy to produce a large number of them. So, that's it. I'm going to head back, get supply, or get the stuff going over here on the habanero, and I'm going to kind of scoot it around here and pick up those plants for my grow beds. And then we'll have steady food production in the Cyclops at that point, and won't have to worry about collecting fish or sanitizing water with bleach to keep us going. Okay, so I have parked on the other side of the island where that middle base is. I did have to backtrack a little bit because I forgot that I didn't bring any titanium with me. So I had to go back to the nearby kelp forest area and pick up a bunch of titanium so I could go ahead and make a couple of grow beds. And I have parked over there. We're going to make our way back over here if I can. Get up this ledge somehow. Somewhere I could climb up. But we are going to get back over here to that middle abandoned base where it has the nice plants that I like so much for food and water and all that. And we are going to take those and plant them and start growing our, basically our food crops for everything. I've pretty much cleared everything else. I've already gotten the stuff from the lagoon that was down in there, the little PDA, I think it was. Basically, it's a little PDA like message thing, so I got that already. We're going to just find our way over here. I'm going along the cliffside. This is a different route than last time. I can't see as well with being night, and I don't have a flashlight. And I'm just sitting here draining power off of my nice little sea glide. But here we go. So I'm going to take... Uh-oh, I hear skittering somewhere around me. I'm taking both marble melons. So that's that. I'm going to take this. We're going to take a bulbo tree. Take one of these, and I want to take actually a couple of pieces of bulbo tree. And I think that should be enough. Now, there are other places to get the bulbo tree, but it's all right here now, so we're just going ahead and get it. You see, nice little jump right off the ledge into the water. And show you where I planted. Now, previously I put them in here, but I didn't like the way it stuck out so far. So now I have put them here. I'm going to put my marble melons here. You see, 2 marble melons cut up gave me 8 seeds for 8 plants. I'm going to place 2 bulbo trees and 1 of each of those. I may take each of those out later. But you see, they're already growing. Look at that. Little tiny baby bulbo tree kind of flailing around in the air conditioning, I guess. It's not... There's no wind in here, so I guess that's air conditioning. Now, one thing I like with the upgrades to the Cyclops that they made is now you can actually make all of the modules for it in here, except for the major depth modules. I don't think you can make... Maybe it's not the fullest one. You can have to use the modification station for that, if I'm remembering right. But we can make the efficiency module, which will be really nice to have later on. And I don't have any of the other stuff other than that. I'm not worried about the decoy tube right now. That's the one I really want, so we'll have to look into getting that before too long. But we have got our stuff going, everything started, and now it's time to actually head back to my base area. And apparently I'm getting pushed. Because I was not that close to the island. I was not that close. I was actually far away. So either the island moved or I got pushed into it. I haven't had that happen before. That's weird. Alright, but anyway, I'm gonna head back to the base, the little mini base I have, and get some stuff dropped off. And basically now, the whole point between now and next episode, because I have the Cyclops, I have a lot of the things I need to get going for it now, I'm going to fill it up with the components I need. I'm going to have tons of wall lockers. I'm just going to load it up with those. I'm going to go ahead and get supplies put together for being able to do a few different things while we are mobile. I'm also going to make sure to get a medical fabricator going in there so I can have medical kits on the go. I'm going to see about getting everything's ready, and probably what we'll do is next episode we'll hop over to the Aurora and start our run through it to get everything we can out of there, get all the scans. That will pretty much set me up for this area being done and ready to hopefully take the Cyclops as my base and take off and just use it from then on, not worry about anything back here other than maybe, you know, having to come back at some point before the end of the season, before the end of the story, to do one little thing. But most part, I'm hoping after we get through the Aurora, I'll have everything I need, have the Cyclops decked out to the gills with everything I'm possibly going to need on the go, except for maybe what I don't have the parts for, and we'll be ready to take off and just keep going at that point with the Cyclops being our base, hopefully not ending up with it getting destroyed at any point, because that would be really bad. But that is it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying the video, if you enjoyed the series, be sure to hit that like button. Also, make sure you hit subscribe, tick that notification bell if you have not done so already, and keep up with everything during the week. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you got any suggestions for the interior layout of the Cyclops, as far as at least the upstairs part. And if you got any suggestions for something, a neat little trick or anything like that, I'd love to hear from you guys. Just leave me a comment below. But as always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.